It's been revealed Tony Mestrov, there's reports he's going to quit as Manly Sea Eagles chief executive this week. Let's get more with our rugby league reporter, Cody Kay. Cody, what on earth is going on? What can you tell us?
Well, to be honest, not a lot at this as things stand right now because this is just broken. We understand that as things stand right now, Tony Mestrov is still the CEO at Manly, but if the reports are correct that he will quit, has quit, and there'll be an announcement coming out of Manly over the next couple of days. You'd have to imagine the next 24 hours now this news is broken. So it's really big news for Manly because of the way they structured their club. So Tony looks after sort of the top echelon of paid players at that club. Now, given that Jake Trbojevic is off contract there for next year and then in a pretty delicate negotiation with Jake at the moment, I'm not quite sure now who deals with that. They've got Peter Gentle, the head of football, but certainly Tony would be the one that signs off on that. That's how that club is structured. Ruben Garrick is a free agent at the moment. Tolu Kola has a player option in his favour for 2027. So I reckon there'd be a few clubs all of a sudden sitting up paying attention to the big names on Manly's roster that all of a sudden might be more available than they were before. The other big one is, of course, that Tony Mestrov has been Anthony Seibold's really biggest backer. They've got a friendship and a relationship that goes back many, many years to the Super League. Tony re-signed Anthony last year. When all of the speculation came out about the sort of whether or not Anthony had lost the dressing shed, Tony was really the one that came out and strong supporting him this year and said, no, he's our guy. Now, you can look back to earlier this year when the negotiations with Daly went completely belly up, derailed the season from round 3 onwards. A lot of people are going to point to that and say, well, was that when Tony decided that, or for whatever reason, that it was no longer tenable? I'm not necessarily sure in the fullness of time that will prove to be the case because I get the sense that Tony always felt like he would be there for a finite period of time.
Right.
And would then move on to other things. I just don't know at this stage if the two are necessarily related.
So I have to just wait and see, I guess, how this plays out. You'll keep digging on this story as well.
I will. One more I would keep an eye on, though. It begs the question, who is the replacement? Now,
yes.
I think the one that jumps right out is Jason King, former Manly captain, former Manly premiership winner, currently looking after the head of the integrity unit over at the NRL. I know he is put up his hand for that post when Tony originally got the gig back in August 2022. So watch this space. Could be a former Manly player coming potentially as a CEO, and I'm sure that there'd be a lot of Manly people who'd love to see Jason King in that role.
2025, it's been the year where it's never dull at Manly. Cody, thank you.
Never stops. Thanks, mate.